John Marston and Arthur Morgan sit side by side on the porch of Beecher's Hope. The sun is setting, and both men are wearing their signature cowboy hats and with their outfits. Arthur sporting a long bush of beer. They each have a glass of whiskey in hand, enjoying the peaceful evening.
So, John, what do you think makes a man? A real man?
Well, Arthur, I reckon a real man is one who stands by his family, takes responsibility for his actions, and knows when to fight and when to let things be.
Arthur scoffs, shaking his head.
You're kidding right now. John, you're dead wrong. I think you're missing the most important part.
Oh, and what's that?
The beard, my friend. A full, bushy, magnificent beard. That's the only true sign of a real man.
That's what you think, huh? A beard makes a man?
Absolutely. Look at me, for instance, this beard right here. It's a symbol of my masculinity, my power. Without it, I'd be like you.
Well, Arthur, I guess I must have missed the memo when they hand out beards to real men.
Don't you worry, little Johnny Marston. Maybe one day, if you're lucky, you'll grow a beard half as majestic as mine.
I'll be sure to look forward to that day, Arthur.
Both men continue to sip their whiskey, watching the sunset over the horizon. A few weeks later, John and Arthur are in the kitchen, with Arthur pouring himself yet another glass of hair tonic. His beard has grown exceptionally long. John walks over to Arthur, a concerned expression on his face.
Arthur, are you all right? You've been drinking nothing but hair tonic for weeks now.
I'm just fine, John. Look at my magnificent beard. It's never been better.
I know you're proud of that beard, but you need to eat, Arthur. You're looking real thin.
Arthur dismisses John's concern, taking a swig of his hair tonic.
Oh, come on, John. You're just jealous. I only need hair tonic now, and my beard is proof of that.
Arthur, this isn't about the beard. You're putting your health at risk. There's more to being a man than having a long beard.
Arthur seems unfazed, stroking his beard lovingly.
Well, John, we'll just have to agree to disagree. I know what it takes to be a real man, and it's right here on my face.
John stares at Arthur as he walks away, wondering what happened to the man he knew so many years ago. Charles Smith, another former member of the Vanderlyn gang, arrives at Beecher's Hope for a visit. He notices Arthur near the barn, looking weak and frail, with his long beard trailing on the ground. Charles doesn't recognize Arthur at first, confused by his appearance.
John, that man over by the barn, who is that guy?
That's Arthur. He's been obsessed with his beard, drinking nothing but hair tonic for weeks. I've tried to talk sense into him, but he won't listen.
That's not good. We should try talking to him, can't he? Eat something. Maybe he'll listen to both of us.
John nods and the two men approach Arthur. Arthur is stroking his bear, and during its length he has even started to give it a name and talking to it like a person. Charles and John walk up to Arthur, trying to reason with him.
Arthur, you gotta stop this. Your obsession with your beard, isn't it? RDR2. What's it do?
Oh, come on. This here's Bertrand. He's my pride and joy. Isn't that right, Bertrand?
Arthur pats his beard affectionately, further worrying John and Charles. John decides to take a more aggressive approach.
That's it, Arthur. We're not letting this go on any longer. You need to eat something. And you're gonna do it now.
John pulls out a can of beans from his satchel and forcefully hands it to Arthur. Arthur stubbornly resists, but Charles and John hold him down.
Get off me. I don't want your damn beans. I've got Bertrand.
As Arthur continues to resist, Charles opens a can of beans and tries to get Arthur to eat.
Arthur, this is for you. Oh, good. You need nourishment.
Charles forces Arthur to open his mouth, and Arthur finally relents, begrudgingly eating the beans. His energy seems to return slowly as he consumes the food.
I'll eat your damn beans, but it won't change my mind about Bertrand.
John and Charles exchange worried glances, knowing they still have work to do to help Arthur break free from his unhealthy obsession. The next day, Charles and John have finally convinced Arthur to shave off his beard. Bertrand, Arthur, however, insists on giving the beard a proper funeral. He buries the beard next to the old man he had murdered and buried last week. Arthur stands in front of the two fresh graves with John and Charles watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, or, well, just John and Charles, we are gathered here today to pay our final respects to the most magnificent bear that ever graced this earth, Bertrand.
John and Charles exchange puzzled glances but say nothing.
Bertrand, you were more than just facial hair. You were a friend, a confidant, and a symbol of true manliness. It's a shame that your time with us was so short, but your memory shall live on forever in our hearts and on our faces.
Arthur wipes away a fake tear and looks at John and Charles.
I know you both will never truly understand the bond between a man and his beard, but I appreciate your support during this difficult time. Goody, dear Bertrand, may you rest in peace beside this old man, whose name I never learned, but who surely appreciated the fine beard himself.
Arthur shovels the last bit of dirt over the grave, marking the end of the funeral. John and Charles glance at each other, hoping this strange experience will help Arthur finally move on from his obsession. Later that night, John and Abigail are in their bedroom. Getting ready for bed, John recounts the days he used to Abigail, describing Arthur's strange behavior in the bizarre funeral for his beard.
That funeral for his beard was, well, there was something else.
I'm worried about him, John. We need to do something to help him get back to his old self.
We'll have to figure out a way to help him.
As they climb into bed, they are reminded of Arthur's latest strange habit, sleeping under their bed. They can get him to leave and it makes them uncomfortable.
Is he still under there?
Yeah, he is. I don't know how to get him to leave.
Suddenly, they hear Arthur quietly crying and talking about Bertrand from under the bed.
Bertrand, I miss you, my friend. This cold bare face just isn't the same without you.
John, we have to do something.
I know. We'll talk to him tomorrow together. We'll find a way to help him.
As the couple tries to sleep, the sound of Arthur's muffled sobs continues from under the bed. The next morning, John, feeling a little guilty about making Arthur shave his beard off, has decided to give him a fake custom beard as a temporary solution. He hands it to Arthur, who is overjoyed and immediately straps it onto his face.
John, this is the best gift anyone's ever given me. Bertrand Jr. is alive and well.
John tries to smile, but he's not sure if this was the best idea.
Well, Arthur, I figured it might help you feel a bit more like yourself, I guess.
Arthur, wearing the fake beard, proceeds to mock John for not having a beard, clearly not realizing the irony of the situation.
John, you must be so jealous. Look at this glorious beard on my face, and you've got nothing.
Arthur, you've got a fake beard strapped to your face. It ain't even real.
Real or not, it's still more of a beard than you've got, John.
John sighs, frustrated by Arthur's stubbornness and his inability to see the absurdity of the situation. He wonders if this was the right decision, but hopes it's a step in the right direction. The end.
That's the way